now we're here. The absolute worst episode of Doctor Who ever created. There is absolutely nothing good about this episode. In every possible aspect, it is a fucking failure. I have never sat through another piece of media that makes me as fucking furious as this. And I had to watch it more than once. Fucking kill me. And fair bit of warning, the only thing saving me from not wanting to die editing this is listening to Jack's glorious theme. So that's all you're gonna hear this video. And maybe I'll give you John Sim's theme if you're lucky. This depravity starts by already telling us how lazy it's gonna be by not even giving us an explanation on how the Master survived. This is the first fucking scene of the episode, it's already pissed me off. Like, we still don't even know where he is in the Master's timeline. The obvious assumption is after Missy because, despite the fact the Master and the Doctor are time travellers, they always meet in the right order. This fact is pretty stupid, especially in Classic Who. But are we really expecting Chris Chibnall to be the first one to break this tradition? No. But if he is after Missy, which, let's be real, he will be, because literally no explanation on how he survived is given, and why he's reverted back to a one-dimensional classic master. Hell, actually, he would make more sense as a classic master, because he's just as lame as Anthony Ainley, except he has no charm, and every time he speaks, I want to die. Sacha's performance as the Master is so fucking abysmal he would fit right into Season 24. Do you want to know why? Because Season 24 is complete pantomime dog shit.
Take my hand, or I turn them into tiny human dolls right here.
Imagine actually being given that in a script and having to say it. Seriously. Also, I brought this up in the Spyfall Part 1 re-review, but why is tissue compression a complete joke now?
Really want me to show you I'm serious? Eeny, meeny, miny, miny.
That's not how eeny, meeny, miny, mo works, you fucking ham sandwich! Also, I love how the Master brags about destroying Gallifrey, just completely shitting on another arc this show has set up over the last 15 years. And I guess now the 50th is pointless because the Master destroyed Gallifrey anyway. Also, I'm calling bullshit that this pathetic excuse of a Master could destroy all of Gallifrey when the Time Lords were at war with the Daleks for over hundreds of years and they didn't even destroy it. The Doctor fucking destroyed it. But the Master didn't destroy the planet, he just killed everyone on it? Bull fucking shit!
Why did you do this?
Not telling you.
Oh my fucking god. He's so awful. Like, how is this real? How did we fall so far from grace, from the legendary John Sim, to the excellent Missy, to this? His existence shits on every Master story of the revival. The best Master, way back in 2007, has just shown that he wants to one-up the Doctor, with the rivalry still being the strongest here, but he never tries to kill him. Hell, they go so far on a journey, just in the Series 3 finale and the end of time, that he sacrifices his life to save the Doctor. And then, in The Doctor Falls, we don't talk about that because it doesn't make sense. All they had to do to fix him in The Doctor Falls was do the thing I suggested in the Series 10 ranking, which I'm not actually sure if is out by the time this video will be out, so this won't make sense. And then we got the excellent Missy, who despite knowing the Doctor would never approve of her, tries her best so that they can be friends again. And as Missy went on more and more, she felt worse about what she did, and became more like the Doctor. And even the two temporarily become friends again, until the one time she goes to stand with the Doctor, she dies. And even in the scene, Sim says she can't regenerate. And as I said in my Spyfall Part 1 review, nah, the Master's just back. They don't even attempt to explain how he survived, or how he got here, but he just is. And now he just wants to kill the Doctor, for some reason. His entire existence and motivations make no fucking sense. He's the Jared Leto of the Masters. The writers don't bother writing anything that makes any fucking sense because he's crazy! After some shite scenes of utter irrelevance, we get another scene with the best Master and Doctor.
Put a wet room there. Screening room there. Torture room in the cellar, naturally.
Who hired you and thought it was a good idea? You are fucking terrible in every possible way.
Graduated. Assassinated presidents.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't you even dare disgrace the deadly assassin, you fucking plague!
Oh. Excuse me. Check my notifications.
I want to break every single thing I own. Jesus Christ, this is fucking insufferable.
Ooh, you look rough. Or is that choice? Don't mean to conversion shame you.
I'm going to burn something. I'm actually going to burn something. I fucking have to!
I want you to think of me as your new best friend.
Guys, I found something to burn.
Promise I'll roll out the red carpet. It's red because it's drenched in the blood of our people.
I'm going back to burning.
And their squadron. Deletion squad. And a recruitment patrol. Human juicing party.
Please, for the love of God, shut the fuck up! After Cyberteeth sends the edgelord Cybermen down to kill Ryan and these other two irrelevant boards, we get a scene between Graham and her. They don't bother actually showing us the interesting part of looking inside the Cyberman and seeing what's inside and how it's been changed. No, we just get this boring scene where Graham attempts to slide into Yaz's DMs, and my God, is it fucking cringe! This is such a last-minute effort to make people try and care about Yaz. Just a little note to the writers, it's not fucking working! And the attempt of humour afterwards, oh, kill me. Remember when this show was actually funny and could create characters that we cared about and we didn't need scenes being like, listen audience, this character is good, like her, you fucks! Then we go back to the worst master giving us some exposition. And he says that he was just playing around in the Matrix, hacking it around? This alone raises several questions. 1. How the fuck did you get to Gallifrey? It's supposed to be fucking lost. And friendly reminder, you are dead! Gallifrey being lost is one of the details Chibs just ignores, because in Spyfall Part 2 the Doctor just goes to Gallifrey with no effort put in. I never thought I'd be complimenting Series 7, but in Name of the Doctor, we at least see the Doctor struggling to get the TARDIS to Trenzalore. No explanation is given how the Master got there, how he got to the Matrix, how he destroyed Gallifrey! Jesus fucking there is so many details just ignored in this episode. It's the most lazily written schlock I've seen in my life.
If the history between us means anything to you.
I do believe you're appealing to my better nature. And we both know I don't have one.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt! Stop shitting on all that previously established friendship built up over the last 13 years, you stupid waste of fucking life! Then we get our first scenes of the Master's PowerPoint presentations on how to ruin a show with one episode. Seriously, even if these cutaways didn't ruin everything, they are so boring! I fucking hate these scenes so much. Like, just like Sacha's first appearance, they have that self-righteous bullshit tone going on as if they're thinking they are smart. Psst, psst, psst. Quick message. You are not fucking smart. This time round, it's in thinking that the audience won't think that this child is the Doctor, even though it's the most obvious twist in human fucking history. When I was watching this, the whole time I was just begging, don't make this the Doctor, it can be fucking anyone but the Doctor. But of course, it wasn't.
There was an accident. A catastrophe.
Also, how does the regeneration look this fucking shit in 2020? I know I've said this before, but The End of Time came out over 10 years ago now, and it still has the best showcase of the regeneration effect. Meanwhile, the boring men go to team up with the Master. I talked about this in my Ascension review, how the Cybermen have just basically become generic villains at this point. And in this story, they are truly fucking pathetic. They are not threatening at all, they are just so fucking useless. Why are we here? Just to suffer. Seriously, this is fucking embarrassing. If you wanted to justify Ryan's flat, emotionless characters, you are not doing him any favours by making him scream around like a fucking idiot. And then after that cringe, we see 12 more Cybermen pop up and not a single one of them shoots Ryan. These villains have become an absolute joke. Now a poor man's Dalek doesn't even justify how far they've fallen, especially after World Enough and Time.
We shall have one goal. The destruction of all organic life.
How fucking boring!
Not good. Could be in two places at once.
Remember when the Master laughing actually had some weight to it and it didn't just feel like it was there for a cringy, overbearing quirk? And then we see the child get tortured a bunch so that this bitch can get the regeneration. Can I just say, not once in this entire fucking episode do we get a mention of Rassilon or Omega. I'm not gonna act as if I'm like a Gallifrey lore expert, but Jesus fucking Christ! They could have been worked in so easily. You know how fucking amazing Omega could be with today's budget? And then after that bullshit we get the overly pretentious reveal that the Doctor is the timeless child. Fucking hell, this scene is awful. When 13 finds out she's the child, she looks like she couldn't give less of a shit. And this absolutely shits on the legacy of William Hartnell and the entire message of the show. The first Doctor had an arc where over time he mellowed and became less like a crotchety old man and became a nicer person. And over time in Classic Who, the more the Doctor travelled, the more he enjoyed it and the happier he became. Then we get to the Joy God 4. But now, this is absolutely fucking irrelevant because Hartnell isn't even the first Doctor, and we don't even know the Doctor's age. Also, I hate Name of the Doctor, but that story has just been completely shit on because we literally go into the Doctor's time stream. And notice how we see no incarnations before Hartnell. And this takes an absolute fucking wayside shit on the message of this show. That being that anyone can be special and is capable of good. The Doctor wasn't special. He was a renegade Time Lord who failed the Academy many times and skipped loads of classes. The Doctor left Gallifrey because he was scared and he disagreed with the Society. But now that message is fucking redundant. It's not that anyone can be special, because the Doctor was born special. She is an immortal god destined to do good. And she basically founded the fucking Time Lords. The impact of Time and the Doctor now is fucking worthless. The impact of Tennant's regeneration is just fucking worthless. Why does he even need to be sad that he's going to his last life? He's regenerated millions of times. The Doctor was made special by what he did, not where he came from. It was the actions that made him special. I know that Moffat in the Smith era constantly made the Doctor feel like the most important person in the universe, but even he knew this was a mistake and he fixed it in Series 7. After another pathetic scene with the Cybermen, we get another shite scene between Cyberteeth and the poor man Sim. Wait. What the fuck did I just witness? So after 2 stories of build-up, a Jack Harkness cameo, Cyberteeth is just killed in the most anticlimactic way possible. You've got to be fucking kidding me. All the potentially interesting things from Cyberboy are ultimately pointless now, making him the worst Cyberman in history!
I thought if he was compressed, the death particle would activate.
Audience! I know that you're fucking stupid, so let me subtly tell you my thoughts and feelings! Fucking hell. Remember when this show had an ounce of subtlety? Like, if this Master was in the end of time, when he saves the Doctor, he would be like, thanks for letting me live, even though I could have killed you, I'll save you now. And in that beautiful scene where we see that subtle bit of acting from John Sim, like, subtly begging the Doctor not to kill him, if that happened now, the Sacha Master would be like, please, Doctor, don't kill me. You mean so much to me, please don't kill me. It seems like such a distant memory when I actually enjoyed this show. Haha! Funny!
I'm not sure you can cope with much.
I have a right to know my own life.
I give up at this point. I'm giving up. Throughout the whole of this series, I've been saying Jodie Whittaker is a good actress, but she's given shit performances. I don't even know if I want to believe that anymore. Like, I've seen clips of her in other shows where she can act well. Like, what the fuck is this, Jodie? I've given her so many chances. Like, just trying to be considerate of the 13th Doctor, but I give up. Jodie Whittaker, while no longer the worst Doctor, is the worst actor to play the role. And considering I insult Sacha on every single scene he's in, I think I should bring up the fact he was in An Adventure in Space and Time, a film that I actually really like. And while by no means does he give a fucking standout performance in that or anything, he's at least competent. Why are these semi-competent actors giving the worst performances I've seen in my life? Especially Sacha. And I know this is completely obvious and goes without saying, but I like both of these actors. From what little I've seen of them in interviews, they seem like lovely people. But it's incredibly hard to remain liking these people when they contribute to the worst thing you've seen in your fucking life. Like, the acting is so shit, it's not even like cringy over-the-top classic Who acting that is usually fucking hilarious. It's just fucking awful. Whenever I see Sacha on screen, I can't even laugh at how shit his performance is. It just makes me feel sad. While in classic Who, the Master is probably one of the lamest recurring villains, in New Who, the Master was one of my favourite villains. He stayed consistently fucking fantastic throughout the whole revival. The Daleks didn't, the Cybermen didn't, the fucking Master did. Like, even though John Sim is character assassinated in The Doctor Falls, ignoring that one scene, he's still fucking brilliant and steals whatever scene he's in. But now, the Master is my least favourite villain. Ever. Roger Delgado, Anthony Ainley, Peter Pratt, Michelle Gomez and John Sim's brilliance cannot make up for how fucking abysmal Sacha is in this role. Oh, this episode actually makes me fucking depressed. Then, we find out that basically the Time Lords used the Doctor, then decided to not use the Doctor, so they wipe her mind and then somehow make the Doctor a child again. Don't worry, it's not explained. And this has basically just ruined the mystery of the Time Lords. They are so fucking lame now. Remember when they were like actually scary? They killed the second Doctor. They terrified the 10th Doctor and almost wiped out time in the End of Time. And it's revealed the Doctor left Gallifrey because he was scared. And now, they're just a bunch of fucking losers. Then the Master reveals his Time Lord Cybermen. These designs look fucking ridiculous. And this idea is fully out of a 12-year-old's fanfiction. Could you actually imagine Missy or Sim doing something this fucking stupid? Like, sure, Missy had the Cybermen as an army for the Doctor, and Sim manipulated Bill into becoming a Cyberman, but both these things actually had relevance and went somewhere. These Cybermasters do fuck all apart from become part of the background. My God! Is there actually anything decent in this episode?
The end of the universe itself!
You had one job. One fucking job. You pathetic excuse of a master. And you still get it wrong. You are beyond fucking useless. We all know how it's supposed to go. For the end of time itself! And then after all that bullshit, we cut back to the companions. I honestly forgot they were even here. They are so fucking irrelevant. And instead of having 3 characters to not give a shit about, there's fucking 7! Oh. And then we get an even bigger insult to this gaping wound of an injury. when my actual least favourite Doctor, Ruth, shows up and does absolutely fucking nothing. I'm not even going to pretend that I've ever liked this incarnation, because even in Fugitive, when I liked it, I never liked Jo Martin as a Doctor. I'm not going to try to deny that Jo Martin gives a good performance, but there's nothing about her Doctor other than the reveal, and that she exists. And I was hoping that this episode would give her some actual character. But no. She just shows up after Chris Chibnall takes a massive shit on this show, and then because he's a spineless twat, drags poor Jo Martin back, not to give her any character, but to basically say the last 47 minutes of your life that you wasted on this worthless piece of shit doesn't even matter. Fuck you! The Doctor bursting out of the Matrix is quite possibly one of the worst scenes in this show's history. It looks fucking terrible, and the incorporation of the main theme is a sin! One of my main issues among many other things of Classic Who is the music. Most of the time it's just serviceable, but other times it's downright appalling. But one thing I do commend Classic for is using the do in an interesting way that supports the theme of the Doctor being more mysterious. This is more shown at its best in the late 80s and when Tom Baker regenerates. However, in this scene, as if you'd think it couldn't get any worse, the music, as per usual, is fucking dreadful. I don't even think Murray Gold could have saved a scene as shit as this. Also, gotta love how they force in the brain of Morbius face as if to say, look, the Doctor's always had unknown faces. In the brain of Morbius, these faces come directly from the Doctor's head. If the history was erased, then this wouldn't make sense.
All those memories. The Matrix. The memories blew the Matrix.
As if we didn't fucking get that. Anyway, Chibnall, stop treating the audience like fucking children! Also, how the fuck did the fam find their way to where the Doctor is? Have you seen Gallifrey? It's fucking enormous! So then the Doctor finds the Cyber Toys and connects with the Master, and it just won't end! Then the Cybermen ship just blows up for some reason. Then they all enter the TARDIS. So I don't buy that this weak embarrassment destroyed Gallifrey and killed all the Time Lords. But surely if he did, he would have destroyed the fucking TARDISes! That is so fucking stupid! I can't be fucked with this shit show anymore! Then the Doctor leaves her companions and I just don't care! And clearly nobody else does. The acting in this scene is fucking terrible.
Live great lives.
Don't fucking dare steal from the superior Northerner like that. Especially when this moment is infinitely worse in every possible aspect. Then we get the scene where the Doctor confronts the Master, and fuck me, this is just insulting. Instead of the Doctor actually doing the character work for once, she decides not to kill the Master for some reason. And then this old twat just shows up and does the character work for her. What the fuck is this horse shit?
I've got a few things to say to you. Basic stuff first. Never be cruel, never be cowardly.
LeMayo, no. Guess that just didn't fucking matter, did it? The Cybermasters don't even shoot him when he shows up. Like, how fucking useless are these pieces of shit? Just think. The Doctor lets someone kill themselves just to save her own ass. Fucking hell. Could you imagine if in the end of time, instead of the Doctor saving Wilf, he just gets that black dude from part 1 to go in the chamber and die instead of him doing it himself? Then, for some reason, the Judoon break into the TARDIS, somehow, and the Doctor gets put in prison. And I just don't give a fuck. Poor man's tenant ending. So that was The Timeless Children, and do I even need to say anything? This is single-handedly the worst episode of Doctor Who ever made. The entire concept of Doctor Who as a show is now 100 times worse. The Doctor isn't a role model anymore, because she's just a fucking god, destined to do good and save the universe. The last 13 years of developing the Master into a good person? Nah, irrelevant. Look at how hip and trendy our new diverse Master is. The companions, pfft, who cares? After they get sent home, they don't even give a shit. Rose who? The Ruth Doctor? Irrelevant. There might be hundreds, thousands, millions of other doctors, but who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. None of it fucking matters. Who cares? I fucking care! Doctor Who has been my favourite TV show my entire life. It's always been there and it's always been at least enjoyable. Until the Chibnall takeover. While Series 11 is a boring piece of shit, it doesn't ruin canon. Because thankfully, Chib, being a self-righteous fucking arsehole, thought that he could do Doctor Who without the things that make it Doctor Who. But, because Series 11 was a monumental fucking failure, he started pandering to all the things we used to know and love. Subsequently, Series 12 ruins everything that came before, ruins the Master, ruins the Cybermen, ruins the Doctor, and ruins this entire fucking show! I honestly don't even know if I want to review Series 13 anymore. It's just been an absolute chore rewatching all these episodes. At least in shitty episodes before, there's stuff to laugh at, like The Twin Dilemma, Love and Monsters Fear Her, even Orphan 55. This episode does so much to this show and ruins it in so many ways. Yet, doesn't even have the balls to take it the whole way. It's not a surprise this show is fucking dead. Moffat's era is an incredibly mixed bag when it comes to Doctor Who, but he never made the entire show worse. His characters could always be fantastic. We've had 2 series with all these characters and I know next to nothing about them. I don't know anything about Yaz. I don't give a shit about Yaz. Yaz could fucking die next episode, I couldn't give a shit. Even when Mel left the show, I at least felt something. Donna and Martha established their characters in much less time and in much more effective ways. And while on my first viewing of this episode I was just hoping for Jack to show up, my god I'm glad he wasn't there. Because despite this being a show-changing event, this episode is still filled with the generic filler Chibnall characters that add nothing. Every single scene, every single moment in this fucking abysmal piece of shit makes me want to die. This is the worst episode of Doctor Who. I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemies. Chibnall, good luck with Series 13. Fuck you. I hope you retcon this. Actually, no. I was actually going to end the video. There is no more script left to read. I've decided. I'm going to do a comparison. 3 years with Chibnall as showrunner. 2018, 2019, 2020. And we're going to do the same thing for RTD. From 2005, 2006 and 2007. In 2 years, as RTD's showrunner, he introduced the 2 best Doctors, the best Daleks, the best Cybermen, and the best Master. In the exact same amount of time, Chibnall has introduced the 2 worst Doctors, the worst Dalek, the worst Cyberman, and fucking... Chibnall has fucking destroyed this show. It has been demolished. No one is left. I would never want to see Doctor Who fail, but I am glad. I am actually glad that Timeless Children is the least viewed episode in the revival. I'm not one of these people who think the show should be cancelled just because a fucking moron has ruined it, but it makes me happy knowing that Series 12, the finale baiting fanwag piece of fucking shit that's like, watch the finale, look Jack, watch the finale, look Master, watch the finale. I am glad that it fucking failed, and maybe finally the BBC will open their stupid, fucking glued shut, money-hungry, whore-facing eyes and realise that this show is failing, and maybe they'll actually try to rectify it and start cracking down on Chibnall. Fuck the Timeless Children, fuck Chris Chibnall, fuck the BBC, and fuck the worst Master! If Jack isn't in Revolution of the Daleks or whatever the fuck it's called, I'm done.